face was like on fire.
She's near the fire again.
Because I burnt my gym down.
And she burnt it down.
I'm scared.
Britney Spears has always been known for pushing boundaries, but lately her fascination with open flames has taken on a new urgency. One moment she's twirling by a roaring fireplace. The next, fans are buzzing with real fear about her safety. It's not just playful dancing or eye-catching theatrics. These stunts seem to highlight a repeating pattern that could be far riskier than anyone realized. And what happened recently has everyone talking again.
I love Britney Spears, but I'm concerned for her safety. Here's why. She's near the fire again. And there's her hair, the fire. Do you remember what happened in her gym when she lit a candle? And she's back at the fireplace with her weave. Who is watching?
For those just tuning in, Britney's brush with fire isn't a single isolated incident. Years ago, she confessed to accidentally setting her home gym ablaze after leaving a candle unattended. It only took seconds for everything to go wrong, and she ended up steering clear of that area for months. But that wasn't the whole story. Not long after, rumors surfaced she'd burned down a bathroom, though the details remained foggy. Each time, it seemed like she'd learned a lesson until the next close call came along. Fans have watched these episodes with a mix of disbelief and concern, wondering how many more times she'll flirt with disaster before something truly dire occurs.
Hi guys, I'm in my gym right now. I haven't been in here for like 6 months because I burnt my gym down, unfortunately. I had 2 candles and yeah, one thing led to another and I burned it down.
Why do I get the vibe that she knew there were surveillance cameras in there and that she was being spied on at all times, and that's why one thing led to another and she burnt it down?
However, what makes her latest routine more startling are the small details that suggest there may be deeper issues at play. The scorched mantle, a couch pushed dangerously close to the heat, and a fire extinguisher propped up nearby, as if someone was prepared for the worst. After all, she's admitted on social media that a fireplace literally blew up in her face once, leaving her eyebrows singed and her nerves rattled. Looking back, she's described how she used to rely on security to light the flames, yet apparently decided she could handle it herself that night. The result was a close call that could have been far more catastrophic. She's revealed these incidents with a casual tone that unnerves many who worry she doesn't recognize how perilous they truly are. Fans and onlookers are torn. Some argue she's a free spirit at last, living her life on her own terms after years of feeling controlled. Others insist this behavior is evidence of deeper challenges that never got resolved when the controversial conservatorship ended. The Free Britney community, once so vocal, seems split down the middle. Are they meant to keep rallying for her protection now that she's legally more independent? Or does their role shift, urging her to accept guidance so she doesn't keep placing herself and possibly others in danger?
Alright, so I'm in bed and I'm bored, so I think I'm going to talk in a British accent. And anyways, a lot has been happening, good and bad. Actually 6 months ago, something happened that was really, really dangerous. I was in my room and I turned the fire on, and all of a sudden it blew up in my face. It's done it before, and the times I did it before, I quit, so I'd always get my security to come in and light it for me, because I was scared it was going to blow up. But this time, I just threw the whole thing in there, and it literally blew into my face, and it took all my eyelashes off, my eyebrows, and see this baby hair, these baby bangs. This is from basically 6 months ago. It chiseled all my hair, and the person I was with just would not wake up, and I thought I was gonna have to go to the emergency room and all that, because my face was like on fire. I was like, wait, 3rd degree, second degree burns, like what can happen? Because like really my whole face went in, and but then it hurt to even touch my phone. It hurt to put ice on my face. It hurt anything to just touch it. And so this lasted for like 6 or 7 hours. It happened like at 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, it was really bad. But all's good now. So I have a little baby fine hair. It's kind of stupid. It happens.
public sentiment has grown complicated, with many unwilling to criticize her, but also not wanting to ignore obvious red flags. Then comes the curious detail of Britney dancing to Justin Timberlake's music, considering the rocky history between them. Revealed in her memoir, where she talked about a pregnancy that ended under agonizing circumstances, this choice left people baffled. She openly admitted how much she once loved him, even calling the experience devastating. Using his audio for a carefree dance clip stirred up a swirl of questions. Could it be a private nod to past times she's never fully processed? Or is it a random song she simply chose for its beat? The timing, combined with such a dramatic setting, seems to amplify fan speculation that there's more beneath the surface. Interestingly, a bright glimmer in all the chaos appeared when Britney's son paid a visit and played piano for her, a moment she proudly shared with the world. She called him a genius, marveling at his natural talent. It was a rare glimpse of true maternal joy in a life that often feels defined by controversy. Watching her beam as she listened to his music hinted there's more to this story than just the startling posts on social media. Behind the twirls, behind the firelight, she's still a mother rediscovering connections that were nearly lost over time. Yet even this heartwarming scene prompted questions about what her home environment is really like. Fans saw glimpses of affection, but also a sense of isolation where one spark can spiral into a large-scale emergency. Many wonder if Britney is still following what some call a sealed temporary plan, a lesser-known arrangement that might keep parts of her life under supervision. Nobody on the outside can say for certain how it works, or if it's even fully in effect, because all records remain private. Some feel this lingering oversight is necessary to keep her safe, while others argue it's an unwelcome continuation of the controls she battled for so long. Regardless, these repeated incidents with Flames raise real questions about whether she's truly receiving the day-to-day guidance and support she might need. Meanwhile, a segment of her audience believes these fire dance videos are just a form of catharsis, an adrenaline rush that helps her cope with past traumas. She's often alluded to reclaiming her life, pushing back against the boundaries that once confined her. Still, the question lingers, is it a healthy outlet or a cry for help? The truth is, only Britney knows for sure. Outsiders can guess, debate, and theorize all they want, but the unpredictability of it all keeps everyone on edge. In 2013, when Flames reportedly caused damage to part of her property, the world learned how quickly a minor spark could turn into a major incident. Even though she later brushed it off with her trademark nonchalance, the memory of seeing smoke and fire trucks was seared into the collective consciousness of her fans. That moment underscored how vulnerable she can be, despite her celebrity status. Over time, people started noticing a pattern. Each time fire emerged, there was an accompanying wave of speculation about her mental state. Was it rebellion, negligence, or was it a sign of something more complicated? Perhaps a secret outlet for pent-up stress she couldn't express otherwise? All of this leads to a crucial point. There's a world of difference between being free and being secure. Freedom without safeguards can be a fragile existence, especially for someone with a lifetime spent in the public eye. The intense curiosity surrounding Britney's actions, from her unpredictable posts to her habit of dancing by a blazing fireplace, isn't simply about gossip. It's about genuine unease over where her current path might lead. If she's often left on her own, who ensures that a small miscalculation doesn't erupt into a life-altering crisis? It also raises broader conversations around mental health when fame, isolation, and personal trauma collide. Even with legal reforms, celebrities face a level of scrutiny that can be suffocating. Fans want to see Britney happy, yet many fear she's teetering on an edge, visible only through the filter of social media. We see the dance moves and the flicker of flames, but we rarely glimpse the daily battles behind the scenes. As the latest fire dancing clip reverberates online, the questions stack higher. Are these near disasters careless fun, or is there a more complicated force driving her behavior? Is she finding comfort in the flicker of flames, or trying to burn away old pain? None of us can say for sure, but it's clear the conversation won't end soon. Concerned fans, curious bystanders, and longtime supporters are all left wondering how Britney's story will unfold and whether she'll eventually set aside her fascination with literal and metaphorical fires. For now, all we can do is watch from a distance and hope that the sparks dancing around her don't turn into a blaze she can't contain. One wrong spark can change everything, and that's exactly why people watch with bated breath. Despite her fame, her struggles feel all too human, seeking balance, healing, and genuine independence. At the end of the day, it's a reminder that even those living under Hollywood's brightest lights sometimes need a little help blowing out the candles. Yet beyond the fires and cryptic social media posts, a bigger issue emerges: how to protect someone who has fought tirelessly for personal independence. Some say her inner circle should set firmer boundaries, while others believe any intervention undermines her autonomy. After all these years, the world still can't agree on how best to support a star who's been scrutinized relentlessly since childhood. With each new flame, the debate ignites again, and no one can predict how it will finally burn out. Still, the embers of public curiosity refuse to fade.